Here we go. The BecauseSUP Carbon Fusion Start 10'8" Isup. This is going to be one of the longer reviews. We're going to set it up, we're going to pack it down, and we're going to try it on the water. This board was kindly loaned to me from the guys at BecauseSUP. However, this will be an honest, unbiased review. Okay, it's time to get it out on the water, give it a good test. First out of the box, we've got the fin. 10-inch fin, uses a US style fin box. Next up, the fiberglass paddle. Great locking system on it. See how the pins go in? Keeps it really secure. This comes with a great bag. It's a wheelie bag. We all love a wheelie bag. It's an all-round board. 10 foot 8 inches long, 32 inches wide, 6 inches deep. And it's made of double layer fusion PVC. Inflated weight, 9.5 kilograms. 140 kilogram max rider weight. GoPro style mount on the front. Great feature. We all love it. All boards come with a HP 6 pump. I was just using my HP 5 here. Practically the same. Right, let's get it inflated. It's really important that the pin goes up and down and it isn't locked off to the side. Insert the hose, turn it clockwise, make sure it's secure. Right, off we go. These are 7-litre pumps. They're triple action. What that means is up and down stroke on both cylinders on the first stage. Second stage, it's just down on both cylinders, and when it gets really tough, it's one cylinder on the downstroke. All in, it took me 6 or 7 minutes to get it up to 16 psi. Long and short of it, these are so much easier than the cheap 3.5 litre pumps. I usually always go to the max rated that's recommended, usually written on the board. But this time I put 16 in just to give it a go. These boards recommend 14 to 18, but I thought I'd give it a go in the middle. But the next day I went 18 and it was a little better. Little quick tip here, lift the board up with the hose, turn it so the board drops out, less chance of it opening the valve. Right, let's install the fin. US style fin box. I did have something under the board, be careful in car parks when you're doing this. The little plate goes in, you install the fin, line the 2 holes up, and it's got a thumb screw. Just tighten it up, away you go. Just make sure it's nice and secure. You don't need to go mad with it. Single fin setup. There's no real need for side or thruster fins in a river. Never needed them. Single fin is fine. To install the leash, undo the Velcro, put the little loop through the metal D-ring at the back, put it all back together, and you're good to go. It's not the clearest guide, but you get the idea, a little bit of trial and error. It's pretty straightforward. Now the kit does come with a coiled leash. I was just using my own for this review. Moving on to the luggage or the leash system. I've only got a couple of little faults, little niggles with this board, and this is one of them. No quick release, so you have to untie it, tie it back up. There's no quick release tightener. With that said, the bungee and the D-rings are both really high quality. The D-ring mounts themselves, really sturdy, they're not going anywhere. Let's get the leash on, take it out. It's quite a nice, crisp February afternoon here in the UK. Let's get it in the water, give it a good test. There's quite a few rocks down there, so I had to be careful when launching. Right, off we go, no problems. So, another note about the rocks under the water. Because the fin sticks out 10 inches, you don't want to be hitting your fin. It'll damage the fin, could even damage the fin box, and almost certainly send you off the board. So far so good, up we get. It feels stable, feels good. Also passes the wobble test really well. A lot of the cheaper boards will practically bend in half. This one, look at that, pretty much rock solid. The river was really flowing at this point, but the board handled it. The fin is doing a great job helping me track even in that really strong current. It's gliding well, it's moving through the water, it's sitting well, it looks good. Check the profile of that, it's sitting really well in the water. Right, since filming this, BecauseSUP have said they're now supplying Paddlesports quick release belts with all boards. Great idea, well done guys. Everyone else, check out my review below. Right, back to the board. Here I'm trying a sort of medium length kickback turn, just seeing how it rotates in the water. It was a bit of a miserable day, as you can see, so the footage doesn't quite do, the colours justice of the board. It is a nice shape. I love the colours. But back to the board. As you can see, everything's going well. Well, it was, until this moment, when I realised I couldn't walk on water. Now, we're not going to go into a step-by-step on how or why that happened. It was my fault. I screwed up. It wasn't the board just tipping me off for no reason. Bad foot positioning, bad paddling. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, getting a bit more confident with it now. I've been out on the water about half an hour. Stepping back okay. It's getting there, it's turning. Just keeping my paddle flat in the water. Little tip there, it helps if you are walking back on the board. Treat the paddle as a walking stick and it does help. So yeah, it recovers well when you jump back. So who exactly are they aiming at with this board? Where does it sit in the market? Well, it's aimed for beginners to intermediates, but I can see me keeping this board as a great all-rounder. Haven't tried it in the surf yet, looking forward to that. But yeah, it sits well in the water, it glides well, the price is great. Comes with a really good pump, that is a big deal. Waist leash is standard. Yeah, it's all good. Construction-wise, I can see this one lasting. I will do a follow-up review later in the year to see how it lasted, but I'm confident with this one. Let's have a quick look, getting back on the board. Hands as far forward as you can reach. Kick your legs, big kick. It's all in the kick. If you kick and pull, you'll get straight up. Right, let's take her in and see how she fares. Packing down, fitting it back in the bag. Quick note, don't put it on its sides and slide it around on a car park. It will damage it, it will ruin the rails. Just draining the water, packing down the paddle, just removing all three sections. Do love the clasp system, I will mention it again. Keeps the paddle well secure. Now it's just the reverse of installing it. Pull the fin back, take the plate out. Fin comes out and put that plate back on. You will lose it otherwise, you don't want to lose it, so just pop it on the back of the fin. Once again, be careful of stones. Now, remove the cap, push the pin in, turn it clockwise. Now, don't put your face over it, because that can come out, the air can come out at quite a force. You can lock it off as well, so just push it in, turn it, till it locks, and then you can pack away. When rolling the board, I tend to aim at about a foot, 12 inches, and then just gently push down, let the air out with the pin locked off, and just work your way down the board. Okay, as I make my way down, I'm just clearing any stones or debris off each section as I'm rolling it up. And just taking my time, rolling it up, away we go. Now the ultimate test, will it fit in the bag? It's not a particularly good job I made there of rolling it up, but let's see how it fares. A lot of the cheaper brands that I've found, not this one obviously, really don't like to go back in the bag. You get them out once and you can never get them back in again. Not the case here, in it went, no problem at all. There are also a couple of straps down there I should have got out the way to start with. No big deal, it went in the bag, did up just fine. Tying it down. Popping the fin in. No external pocket for the fin, it's no big deal, just put it in the bag. Just be careful where you put it. The paddle will fit in there as well, so we're just going to get everything together. Paddle in 3 pieces, in the side of the bag. Just be careful putting it in there. You don't want the blade of the paddle digging into the board, but there's plenty of room, so it's not a problem. The straps The backpack straps are nice and generous, which is always good. It's a wheelie bag. We love wheelie bags. It's my favourite feature. That's it. Why struggle if you don't have to use the wheels? Time for the final conclusion. I love it. Great board, great price. It's well made. It's got some great little features. Just those two tiny little negatives, the quick release bungee and no step back pad. They're not massive. You know, for what you're paying for this board, you're getting a lot of board. It looks great. Customer service, absolutely superb, which is really important nowadays. I loved it. It glided well. It turned well. It was just nice to be out on. Average sort of weight for the size of board, 10'8". You know, it is in the all-rounder category. And the pad was grippy. No complaints there. The supplied paddle for a supplied paddle is very good. It's fiberglass. It's not too heavy. Locks in really well. Not like some of the cheap aluminium paddles that rattle around. That's it, basically. Big thumbs up. Highly recommended. Check them out. Alright, that was quite a long one, guys. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you for the next review.